Hey, Moose, it says we're live. Anybody out there confirm if we're live? Somewhere it told me I had a few people waiting. I don't see where it tells me how many people are in here now. Anybody out there, give me a comment. Oh, it says 14, I guess. So somebody let me know if this is working. Nothing. Says it's working. All right, now okay, little delay. I'm finally getting some stuff. So, all right, glad to know it's working. So it looks like we got a few people in here. I knew some of you guys would show up. Pirate Show, Josh, yeah, Moose. I've been trying to get this set up, and I got cat hair all over me because he is feeling extra needy tonight and wants to be the star of the show, I guess. So typical. So Gorney from Big Block Kings, hey man, I hope you made it back. Josh from Pirates Covert said hi. GOB, hello from New Mexico. Thanks for stopping by. Hubie's Garage, Jeff, have a great time at your daughter's graduation. Hope you, I don't know if you're still here or not. Swampy asked my first time live. I did it once before, but it's been over a year ago or so. Frankenstein Fabrications, hey man, how's it going? How's things down in Billings? Dwayne Martin, how's it going? Kevin L, thanks for showing up. Randy, good to see you. Dave, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I says thanks for doing the live. I don't know, it's not really my thing, I guess. I was going to do them more often, but I just haven't got around to it. But I got a reason to do it tonight because we got to finish that giveaway. So I don't know if any of you guys have been playing the trivia, but that's kind of the reason we're doing this, to give away our prize that we are doing. Where are you going, Moose? Don't sit on the computer. All right, so we got a few people. We'll kind of just wait a little bit, see if anybody else shows up. I don't expect, probably as many people as I had before. I was kind of running on the wave of the DD Speed Shop thing last time I did this, but we will talk about the DD Speed Shop 57 here at the end. Yeah, Moose's favorite place is, well, his favorite place is just wherever I'm at. He's got to be right in the middle of the action. Today it happens to be the keyboard, so hopefully he doesn't push any buttons. So I don't know. Hey, Floyd, thanks for stopping in from Florida. I don't know if most of you guys watched the last video. Hopefully you did, but one of the things we do tonight is just kind of give you an update on where we're at, kind of like live in the moment on the car. I'm way behind on the videos. I got several of them, filmed, but I just haven't made time to edit them and put them out there for you guys. So if you watched the last video, I'll kind of explain that, and hopefully I'll get caught up on some of that stuff. Darren, thanks for stopping by from Washington. Josh watched because he knows I stole the radiator. Swampy from Massachusetts, hey man, and Gary Burgess from NC, North Carolina, I guess. So yeah, we'll talk about the DD Speed Shop 57. I did steal the radiator out of it because it's nicer than the one I had for the 55, and I need that running first. So anyways, that's kind of where I'm at. Is I just put the radiator in. I do have the car. If you guys follow me on Instagram, maybe on Facebook too, I can't remember where I put it all. I did post a little bit of a reel or a video or something. I did get the car running. It starts. I haven't had a chance to mess with it really since the day I did that. So I still don't have, I was just finishing putting the radiator on. I'm still waiting for some, I'm still not waiting. I just got the rest of the radiator lines I needed today. Anyways, I don't have any coolant in it yet. So I got it to where it would start and run for a second. But then I just quit messing with it because I didn't want to run it too much and get it hot without having any coolant. So I'm kind of getting ready to put the coolant in there. And then I got to, I got to adjust the timing and whatnot to just have that adjusted so it'll start. It runs. I mean, it kind of idle and stuff. I did mess with the distributor a little bit to get it to where it will kind of run. But anyways, that's where I'm at on that. So running, far from driving, but we're getting there. Let's see, Out of Order Garage, thanks for stopping by. Up to 37, that's pretty good, huh? What do you think, Moose? Facing the wrong way. People want to see you. All of a sudden he's shy. Anyways, so that's where I'm at on the car. I'm getting ready to, hopefully this long weekend, we'll get it actually running a little bit better. Randy, when's it going to be on the road? Well, that's kind of what I'm hopefully getting at here. Hopefully soon, but I don't know. I mean, who knows? But this weekend I have to pull the rear end. I got to figure out the pinion angle because I don't have the perches welded on. Figure out the pinion angle, pull the rear end, tack them, pull the rear end, weld them, paint it, put it all back in, and then bleed the brakes. A little bit more wiring. I have the wiring obviously to get it running, but I don't have headlight, tail light, all that stuff yet. But that's all pretty simple stuff. And then I got a drive line. I just went and ordered the drive line because I switched to the 9-inch. It made it just a little bit, my shaft needs to be a little bit longer. And then I switched to 1350 joints. So technically, hopefully, whenever that drive line shows up, which should be early next week, if I can get the rest of this stuff done this weekend, it'll be capable of driving. I mean, it won't be like ready to drive. But we're getting there. And I didn't look at the countdown clock today. I think it's probably like 29 days or something till Rocky Mountain Race Week. So I still think I can make it. I got a few things to figure out on that still. Are you and BW going to race? He's halfway between Pennsylvania and Montana. Well, if he wants to meet me halfway there, and sure, but I'm probably going to go there. So it'd be cool to do something like that. If one of us is ever in the other area, we're a long ways away from each other. I was just out in New York and in that area for my daughter's graduation here a couple weeks ago. So yeah, BW's car, I know he's driving his. He's been ahead of me a little bit the whole time, or a lot the whole time, but I'm getting there. The other thing I just figured out is because of Rocky Mountain Race Week, there's a lot of, I assume most of you guys know what that is. There's a lot of road driving. You race, go to the track, drive to the next track and race. So I got to switch the tires because I bought, I have kind of drag tires or DOT slicks basically. And you can drive them on the street, but if it rains, it gets pretty hairy, I guess. So I do want to switch wheels and tires. I did just find out, though, that my Chevelle, I have a Chevelle in the other garage that it's still working on. Some of you guys have seen some of the stuff about that. The wheels are the same exact size with the same backspace. And the tires are a little smaller, but I think it'll actually fit. The only problem I have is the tires on the Chevelle are radials, and these are obviously bi-splice. But I've been doing some research, and everybody says don't mix radials and bi-splice. So I want to ask you guys if anybody's got any personal real world experience with radials on the back and bi-splice on the front. Just like everything else on the internet, you get mixed. People say don't ever do it, and people say, I do it all the time. Drives just fine. So that's kind of what I'm hoping I can do, because that way it saves me from having to buy more wheels and tires and all that stuff, because the old budget, she's getting a little thin. So let me know if any of you guys know that. Richard, thanks for stopping by. He's in the Tri-5 Mob guy. Gordon Aiken, I hope you do make your deadline. Hey, I hope I make it too. It's getting down there and I really want to go. It's not going to be the end of the world if I don't. I guess the worst thing is going to happen if I don't go is I still get the car mostly done and I'm driving it this summer. So still a win. I really do want to go do the race week thing. Just kind of experience it and make some videos for you guys and see what it's all about. So hopefully we can make that happen. Let's see, Moose, what do we got here? Moose is laying right on my notes. I took some notes because I got to do the giveaway and I got to figure out how to do all that. Yeah, so I guess that was all we had about the car. So you guys got any questions on where it's at or anything? This is what I'm running on. Radials on the back. All right, Dave's answering my question. What guy? 6415 is on the front. Haven't experienced any issues, but that's just me. So that's what I'm seeing some people say, Dave. And so that's kind of what I got a little time, so hopefully I can get it running and then drive it around a little bit like that and see. I don't want to just throw the wheels on, the radials on for the first, 300-mile drive or the first drive is and see how it's going to feel. But I'm hoping I can kind of test it out, but I'm thinking that's what I'm going to try to do just so I can run what I have. Then the rear wheels and front wheels won't match while I'm on the street, but ain't a big deal. Bad Bird, what about Bear sheet metal? Brad Reeves, looks like you're getting a lot done. I am getting some stuff done. Back to you, Bad Bird. What about Bear sheet metal? I've kind of made a decision. Well, if you guys have been watching the channel very long, you know I'm not great with decisions. But I have a direction I'm leaning for the body for probably not long term, but for getting it on the road for race week. So I'm not going to spoil that here right now. I see you guys give me suggestions, bare metal, maybe rattle can clear it. Obviously I can prime it. I could try to do some quick little cheap paint job. I might have time to do a little bit of body work. I wanted to put new glass in it, but that's probably not going to happen. It's all good. It's just a little old, and you can't. It's not super crisp or whatever, for looking out of, but it's not bad. My passenger side door glass is broken. Some kid threw a rock at it like 20 years ago, and I've never replaced it. But other than that, the glass is probably going to stay. And I'll have to keep you guys up in the air a little bit on what the body's going to look like. And part of that's because I haven't 100% decided, but I'm leaning strongly one direction. Randy, what kind of problems am I going to have with the radials and bias plies? I've never experienced it. I've always heard that you shouldn't mix the two. And then, so I've Googled it, this Google tells you all the answers, right? And just like I said, everybody gives you a different answer. Some people say it's okay if the radials are in the back. Some people say it's okay if the radials are in the front. So I think it probably just is a different thing for everybody. So like Dave here said, he's done it and it works for him. So I'm going to try it, and hopefully there's no problems. Darren, did you buy a rear wheel tub kit, widening your stock wheel tubs? I did not buy a kit, but I did widen them. I just did. It was before I was making videos, but you just cut a strip out and move it over and then put a new strip in. So I didn't buy any kit or anything. I just made it out of just sheet metal. And the only thing that's done is there's like if you guys have seen the videos, there's like a 3-inch piece scabbed in. That's not really well done, but it's there. It looks fine in the back in the trunk where I did a little body work on it, hit it, but you can see it inside the interior. In some of the videos, you can definitely see the mini tub scar, but you won't see it once the seat and the carpenter all sits in there. Gordon, flatback black primer. Yep, that's one of the options for sure. Epoxy primer. If I do primer, it probably will be epoxy. I've been using that stuff, and it is better I mean, I'm not an expert. I don't know. It's better. It actually protects the metal instead of other regular primer will just kind of absorb some moisture. Swampy, what color? I don't know if I'm ever going to decide what color this thing is going to be. I keep going back and forth. Gordon says he tubbed his the same way. It's not super hard to do. They do sell widened tubs, and of course you can get anything like that. Candy of some kind would be sweet. I was back in the day. I was going to paint it candy apple red and white, and then I switched to kind of getting away from the candy to just kind of a darker red and white. And then for some reason I went away from the red. I think there's just too many red and white ones. They look cool, but I guess for some reason I decided not to go that way. Frankenstein Fabrications likes the candy apple red idea, I think. Paint each panel a different color. That's how it looked when I was a little kid. My dad had this car since I don't know what date he got it, but I'm from the early 70s, and he had it as early as I remember. And it was an orange body, and it had been wrecked, so it had a black fender, a brown fender, a green hood, and of course primer spots all over it. It's always kind of been like that, as long as he had it. I think one time he was going to reprime it. Then he had it primed red oxide for a long time. And then one time he's going to reprime it, and one of his buddies kind of did paint and body work, and they just threw together 3 or 4 different kinds of paint. It didn't really do any body work, so there's still, what it would look like if I painted now. You can see all the little dents and stuff, but it was just kind of a maroon color. At least it was shiny, and he left it like that for quite a long time. And then it was just a thin layer because they didn't have a lot of paint, so it started fading away, and then I think that's how it was when I bought it. And then I started sanding on it and fixing things and putting primer spots all over it. Some of the girls in high school used to call it the Dr. Pepper car because it was that kind of dark maroon. Gypsy red or Hugger orange, says Jeff. If and when I paint it, Hugger orange is at kind of the top of the list, but I just still haven't decided. Let's see, did I miss anything? Let's see, we're up to 56, man. I appreciate all you guys that stop by and take time to do this. Joe, thanks for stopping by, man. I know you're always watching all the videos. I need to start doing more of these lives. It's kind of fun, I guess. Anybody else got any suggestions or questions before we go into the giveaway? Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that Rocky Mountain Race Week thing. One of the things, not hang up, but one of the last things I'm kind of pretty sure I'm going to get the car at least driving. I may not have it tested on the track, and I'm not going there to try to run 8s and win this thing. I just want to go and experience it. It's not a fast car by any means. It'll be 12s or something probably if I'm lucky. So if I don't get it really tested, any big deal, I'll kind of make the race part my test part. It'll just be part of learning the experience of how the race week works. And so I definitely want to do the racing thing. I'm going to do that here locally once I get it all together and everything, but I want to go to race week and just see all the cars and all those cool cars driving from town to town and all the people with the trailers and everything. It just looks so cool. Been watching it on YouTube for the last who knows how many years, and I just really want to go do it. So the trailer, that's one thing that I'm kind of, I don't know if it's a hang up, but one of the things I need to kind of get figured out. Let me catch up here. Frankenstein Tangerine Pearl, that'd be cool. Yeah, I know. I kind of know what you're talking about. It's kind of an orange color. Jay, how was the engine running last you remember? So this engine, for you guys that don't know, this is the engine that was in the car when I used to drive it. And I keep saying 10 years, I don't know how long ago it was. My son was born in 04, and I know he was big enough to remember driving around it and doing, spinning donuts and stuff. But I dug the fenders out the other day to clean them up and start doing some sanding on them because I'm ready to put them on pretty soon. And it was last registered in 2002. So it's been a minute. I did drive it after that, just around the neighborhood with the kids and stuff. But the last time it was registered was 02. It's the same engine from back then, and it's nothing super special. I call it 90s fast. It was kind of fast back then. It's not fast anymore. Small block Chevy. It's got high compression pistons and camel hump heads, and I have no idea. I don't remember the cam specs. I used to have the cam card, but it's long gone. As a matter of fact, I forget the cam specs so much that I could have swore this thing had solid lifters in it. I know it had solid lifters in it when I blew it up. And I thought I put solid lifters back in it, but it's definitely got hydraulics in it because, once I took taking the valve covers off and stuff, you can tell that they're, where you adjust the lifters, it's for hydraulics. So didn't even remember that right. But it does. I have no idea if it's making, 1,000 horsepower. Okay, I know it's not making 1,000 horsepower. 300, 400, 350, somewhere in there. It runs good. It wraps up pretty fast. It sounds pretty good. So, hopefully someday when I get all the rest of this done, I just want to get it driving and have fun with it. And then I got a Chevelle to work on, and slowly we'll upgrade this. And of course, I got the 57 over here too, the delivery that I need to do some work to too. Moose, you're right on the mouse. I blamed it. Sorry, Moose. I blamed it on Moose. He was on the mouse and it was over here. All right, I got to get caught up on over here. We're up to 50. All right, guys, thanks. Where were we at? Robin, hi from Mrs. Out of Order. Hey, Robin, thanks for watching. Ken from Butte. Hey, man, thanks for stopping by. I was just in Butte the other day. Josh likes orange. Orange is cool. And like I said, it was part of the reason it was kind of orange when my dad got it, but I just kind of like orange too. So if I paint it, that's kind of the way I'm leaning, but I still, I just can't decide these things. Hibby's Garage, try 5 Nats. Probably not. I would love to if I do this Rocky Mountain Race Week thing. I don't know if I can swing both these, that'd be another big trip, a long ways away, a lot of gas money. I work for myself, so maybe I could make the time work, but just if I'm not working, I'm not making money. So if I don't go to Rocky Mountain Race Week, either because I don't get ready in time or I can't figure out, I was talking about the trailer issue. I'll get back to that. If I can't figure that out, then, I try 5 Nats is next on the list. DB says, hit the like. Hey, appreciate that, man. Thanks. And if you haven't, go ahead and hit the like. I guess it helps with some sort of math or algorithm thing or something. Darren saw a kit online one day. Can't remember. For a wheel tub kit. Yeah, they do have tub kits. Yeah, Darren, if you want any more specific, you can find it on the internet, and I'm no expert, but you can email me or DM me or something if you want any specific. I got pictures of when I did it. I wasn't making videos, but I can drum up some pictures probably and send them to you and give you some advice or whatever, or how I made it work. Do I have M21 or M22 4-speed? I have neither. I have a Borg Warner T10. So kind of the lower class with the 4 speeds, but it held together before. Obviously, I got the wide tires and the Cal tracks. So I think my transmission is probably the weak link right now. We'll see if it all works out. I want to see how you modify the rear seat to fit her. Yeah, I watched a video about that, and it wasn't super technical or nothing. They just kind of hacked away at the kind of inner structure and made it work. So I'll try to video it when I do it, and we'll see if we can make it fit. You ever consider passing on the DD car once yours is done, maybe to a fellow traffic project in works? We're going to talk about the DD car after we do the giveaway. I have just like the color, I've had many ideas about what to do with that car, and this is one decision I finally made. It is a hot for teacher cam for sure, Dwayne. Something like that. Hey, Doug, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully this summer, if you're here, you get to drive this car and well, maybe you'll break it again, but it'll be worth it. Yeah, if I paint an orange, the orange peel will be okay because it's part of it. Root beer bronze, that's not for me, but I do really like that kind of that dark brown color. That's the other thing. If I don't go orange, I was trying to think of something to be different, so maybe something like that. Yep, try 5 knots is plan B. I'm going to try and go with car expectation. Jeff, for try 5 knots, I was going to go a couple years ago. I was going to do a lot of things a couple years ago, and I never get anything ready. But my plan for try 5 knots before, if I went now, I would take the 55. Before, I wanted to take the 57 and race it. But I just have never got to I got just a small list of things I got to do to make it past tech. So I just never ever got around to that. And then I got going on this, and I haven't played with the 57 or started or anything at all, either one of the 57s. Yeah, I hope you don't break it either, Doug, but it'll be worth it. They're meant to use and break and fix, so no big deal. T2, yeah, Dave, I don't know I'm not technical on that stuff. So he says T10 has lower first gear. I went with I think I said it in the videos. I went with 456 gears in the rear end. So it's going to be pretty, low gear. That's a really tall tire. It's like a 29-inch tall tire. I had 411s in it before, and with the math and the taller tire, the 456s should work out to about the same as the 411s. So not good at all for cruising, but she'll be quick. I kind of planned on putting the, my brain just quit, gear vendors overdrive in it. But I kind of was, on the fence about it, basically because of the cost. And then I decided, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to do it. I'll worry about paying for it later. And I had it was a few weeks ago, so we had like 10 weeks left to race week, and I called them to talk about getting one, and they said they were 10 to 12 weeks out. And so that made my decision for me. I didn't have to spend that money now, but I do plan on adding it later. So it'll be more of a, fun driver to and kind of racer. Green is different. You're right, Frankenstein. Maybe not for me. Green cars are cool, though. I don't really like blue cars either, but Craig's not in here from Tri-5 Mob. He's got a really cool 55 hardtop that is blue, and I just love that color. And my friend Brian has a 55 that he painted blue, but then did like the fake patina, and that thing looks really nice too. Bad apple green. So yeah, you guys, thanks for all the ideas, guys. I don't know. It'll probably never be painted, so I don't know if I ever need to decide, but it'll be cool to think about it for a while. But I will let you guys know in an upcoming video what it's going to look like for race week, or if we don't make race week, just for probably this summer while I'm driving it. So, all right, we're up to 56 people. You guys have had plenty of time. If people that are coming are probably coming, so we need to do a giveaway. And I know some of you guys were here for the last giveaway, and so I'm going to try to do something similar where you guys are going to help me pick the winner. So we did 5 videos that had where are all your Fords? I got a Ford Power Stroke out in the driveway. It's broke down. Figure it's not broken. It's got every time I fix an oil leak, it has another oil leak, and so I got a bad oil leak to fix. It is silver. What you see is what you get, Frankenstein. Silver it is. I should just paint the door jamb silver and call it good. Back to the giveaway. So we did 5 videos. I know some of you guys have played along. If you were here before, I'm going to have you help me. So we're going to ask a few questions, and I need you guys to input some numbers and that sort of thing. And like I said, I got some notes here so I don't screw this up too bad. Here's my phone. So let's see. The first thing we're going to do, we have 53 people in here. So I'm going to have Google pick me a random number generator. Okay, so right now we have 54 people. We'll do 54. You know what? I'm going to do, 54 is what it is. Too bad we have one more person. We can do 55. Come on, man. One more. We just need one more. All right, we'll do 54. 56. All right, look at that. So I just generated a number between 1 and 56. I'm not going to show you guys because you guys need to guess. So I'm going to say whoever wants to participate, okay, we're going to pick a number between 1 and 48. And it's not necessarily going to be the first person that, you know what? It's number 48. I just screwed that up. So we're going to generate another number. You're going to pick a number between 1 and 56. And I'm not going to say it's the first person that picks that number because there might be a lot of numbers coming by and I might miss it. I'm going to try to get the first person. But the first one I see with the correct answer is going to win a couple stickers if you want them. And then I'm going to have you, the person that gets this number, then you're going to pick another number for me. So we haven't even started yet. You guys are already picking numbers. All right, so you ready? Let's, I'm not counting these first four because we weren't started yet. So let's go 1 and 56, go. Anybody who wants to pick the number and win stickers? I guess they're not. Oh, there they are, speeding up a little bit now. Look at the number again, make sure I don't miss it. Nothing yet, nothing yet. Keep trying. You can, of course, pick more than one. Keep trying. You don't have to do just one time. If this goes on too long, we can pick a smaller sample size. Man, I picked a tough one. Keep going. Oh, somebody was very close. Another one very close. We've been on both sides of it. Man, this is a tough one, guys. I probably missed it 5 times. I haven't seen it though, so. Oh, hold on, stop. Tim Persons, number 40. Sorry if anybody else picked 40, if you can see that. If anybody else picked 40, I missed it. So Tim, where'd it go? I'm going to scroll back up. I know you guys are a little delay here. No, I can't find it. A bunch more went by after I saw it. Tim Pearson. All right, so you picked 40. You're the first one I saw. So Tim, if you want stickers, you got to email me or DM me or something, your email or your mailing address. I'll send them to you. And now what I need you to do, you're going to pick me a number between 1 and 5. So just type in there what number you want between 1 and 5. And then we'll do another thing where we pick numbers again. Tim picks number 2. So I'm writing down number 2, okay? All right, so we're going to generate another random number. This time we have 63 people. I'm going to go with 55 just because I like that number, and that way it'll be a little less sample size. I'm going to generate this, and we're going to go. And we're going to pick another number between 1 and 55. And this person also gets stickers and gets to pick or answer another question. Oh, stop right there. Raymond Antonio. It was actually, believe it or not, 55. So Raymond, you also got a couple stickers. You guys got to email me. I'll make sure you got my email address. It's on all my videos, but I'll put it up here somewhere or talk about it before we leave. So Raymond, I think it was, right? So I think it was Raymond. I can't find it again. You need to pick between top and bottom. And then just write your answer down there. So yeah, Raymond it was. Okay. So top or bottom, Raymond? Appreciate you guys help figuring this out. I don't know if this is the right way to do it. It's probably not like, cool by all the rules or whatever, but doing the best I can to make sure it's fair and, somebody gets to win and I don't get to choose them. Raymond says top. So I'm going to write down top. All right. Now let's see. We're going to do it, I think, one more time. So this time we're going to pick a number between, let's see, we got 62. I'm going to make it a little easier. We're going to cut it in half. So between 1 and 31, go. This one should be a little quicker probably. You would think. Going by kind of fast on my end, so hopefully I'm not missing it. Hold on, stop right there. Dwayne Martin, number 7. Sorry if I missed it earlier, but Dwayne is the one I saw for number 7. All right, I need to write your guys' name down so I know who I'm sending stickers to. Dwayne. I can go back and find it probably. All right, so Dwayne Martin picked number 7, and he gets to choose above or below. Dwayne picks below. So we have number 2, top and below. All right, so now we're going to do, I think this time I'm just going to generate a number, and these guys are going to pick a number for us, okay? So this time we'll do, let's see. This time what I got to do, I almost forgot what I was doing. So the number 2 was for the second video that we played the trivia game in. So the winner is going to come from somebody who answered the video or the question in the second video. And as luck would have it, that had the smallest number of comments. So if you commented on that video, you got, the winner is coming from there. So there was 45 comments in that video that answered the question, or that, I don't know if they all answered the question. There was 45 comments that weren't my replies. So we're going to have Google pick me a number between 1 and 45. Generate. They picked number 6. You guys can see that. So we're going to go to video number 2. We're going to look for comment number 6. Now, well, let's see. We're going to look for number 6. Man, confused here. And Anthony picked top. So we're going to count down 6 from the top. He would have picked bottom. We would have picked 6 from the bottom. So we're going to count down 6 from the top. And if that comment is a correct answer to the trivia question, which I don't even remember what the question was in that video, then that 6th comment is the winner. If it is either a wrong answer or if the comment didn't answer the trivia question, then we're going to go below that comment until we find another comment that's the right answer. That's why Dwayne, or that's not why he picked it, but he picked it below, so we're going to go below that comment. So I'm going to go on my phone here so I don't have to screw up the live stream to that video. The second video that we did was the crossbar video. So if I select the crossbar video, sorry, I hope this is probably kind of boring, but appreciate you guys' patience. You can talk amongst yourselves while I'm figuring this out. I'll try to get caught up on the comments that aren't numbers. And I got to go to it on YouTube. Skip the commercials. Thank you guys for watching the commercials, by the way. I think that matters with whether I make any money or not, which obviously I'm not doing this for the money. But I have fun doing it and then talking with all you guys and getting all the advice and all that good stuff. So comments. So we're going to go 6 from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks great, badge. You know what you're doing. You all should look at stack of nickels when you're done. Okay, so the 6th comment did not answer the trivia question. So we're going to go to the comments below that until we find a question that did answer it. The next one did not answer. Oh boy. This is I don't think this person's in here. I haven't seen him. If he is, he said he was going to stop by. So this is why I like to having you guys pick this stuff, because this isn't really a person that I know, but this is a fellow Tri-5 mob member, and he watches all the videos and he comments all the time. So I was hopeful for anybody to win, but Terry Bledsoe from the Tri-5 mob is our trivia contest winner, and that's based on the numbers you guys picked and scrolling down and all that stuff. So that's the best way I know to make it fair. So Terry, I don't think you're in here, but we'll chit chat. I think I already have your address, but so what he gets if you guys didn't play the trivia is a $100 gift card to Amazon. So that way Terry can go to Amazon and buy anything he wants for $100 from me, just for watching the channel and commenting and playing along and everything. So, so that's cool. Terry told me he was going to be in here, but I haven't seen his name pop up, but I think he'll be excited about that. And, you know, in one of the videos coming up that I've filmed, but I haven't put out yet, I actually talk about Terry because he sent me some parts. Now, hopefully you guys aren't going to make this into I picked Terry because I know him, and that's not what it is. That just, he answered the questions, he watches it. Terry is from Texas, yes. And so he's the winner. So cool beans. I'm happy for you, Terry. We will hook up and I'll get you the gift card. And then for Terry that won, I'm going to ask him, and I'm sure he'll do it because he's a good guy, when he spends his $100 on Amazon, that he clicks through the Montana Garage store. And I talk about this once in a while in the videos, and I don't want to like be a salesperson and all that stuff, but any of you guys out there, if you shop on Amazon, if you go to Montana Garage Amazon store, you just can search Montana Garage Amazon store, and it'll take you to that landing page. It'll be just Amazon, but it'll be, you know, my little page. And then if you want, say you're buying, you know, a set of screwdrivers for out in the shop, you can search and buy anything you want. You don't have to buy the stuff on my page. You can search for your set of screwdrivers. If you went to Amazon first through there, then I'll make a little bit of commission on that. And it's not a lot of money, but it all adds up. I'm spending a lot of money, so every little bit helps. So if you guys think about it, it takes a few extra seconds on your part, but it helps the guy out. And like I've said in my videos, if you do that, it doesn't tell me who buys stuff. It tells me when people buy stuff and that I made my $2 or whatever it is. But if you buy something and you tell me, then I'll send you stickers. That's my way of saying thank you. So there you go. That takes care of that. And so those three guys, Raymond, Anthony, and Dwayne, you got a couple stickers coming. Montana Garage 55 at gmail.com is my email address. I'll type it in here and figure out how to do that. Moose, you're laying right on the mouse again. So that's my email. So those guys that want stickers, send me an email with your mailing address and I can ship stickers over to you. I can't send them to you if I don't know your address, obviously. If anybody else wants stickers, I give them away randomly lots of times in the videos that I do. And again, I'm not trying to be a salesperson, but for you guys that are here, there's this thing called like Super Chat or Super Stickers or something. If you do one of those, it's $5. I'll send you stickers. And other than that, I'm not only trying to sell them. I do oftentimes, if you watch the videos, I'll give away the first 5 people ask for stickers or whatever. But you know, guys got to make some money once in a while, right? So I'm gonna let me try to get caught up on some of these questions and stuff real quick, and then we will. About all we got left to do is talk about the DDSS'57, and then anything else you guys want to talk about. Dave says, hell right, easy enough to do and help the cause. I'm pretty sure Dave helped me out quite a bit with one of his big orders, so thank you, Dave. I never sent you, I think you've got stickers before, but if you want more stickers for your order, let me know. Yeah, Dwayne, I thought that was you that won the, last time I did one of these lives, Dwayne, I don't think you were here at the live, were you, Dwayne? But he won the little light that I gave away. All right, Dwayne, so yeah, because of that, I probably still have your address saved in the messenger somewhere. If I don't have it, I will, I'll shoot. I guess if I don't have it, I won't be able, if you don't hear from me, send me an email or something, but I should have it. Swampy asked if I'd be willing to donate a t-shirt. You know, maybe I would, man, but I don't have t-shirts. This isn't my t-shirt. This is that's David Freiberger from Roadkill. You guys all know about him. It's just a cool t-shirt because it's an old ratty 56 Chevy, so nothing like an old ratty Tri-5, right? I don't have any t-shirts to donate, Swampy. I thought about making t-shirts and sweatshirts and all that stuff, but you know, to be honest with you guys, this thing just really hasn't taken off. I have fun with it, but you know, I've already spent far too much money like on the stuff I need to do this YouTube for what you get back with it. And again, I'm not complaining about that. I have fun with it. But yeah, I might still do. I wanted to do, for the very least, I want to do some other sticker for Rocky Mountain Race Week to hand out to people, and that had more of a race week theme or a YouTube. You know, these don't even say YouTube on them, so you don't know they're from YouTube. But So we'll work on some of that stuff. The channel is still growing, and I appreciate that. All you guys that watch and subscribe and comment. Like I said, I have fun with it. So Pirate Scrub Josh says it's a good investment doing t-shirts. And like I said, I've thought about it, and yeah, I haven't made it happen, I guess, is the problem. It does take time, and yeah, so does all of this, making the videos and trying to work on the car and make sure Moose is staying in line. All that stuff takes time. Let's see if I missed anything. Anybody else got any questions about what we've done on the car lately? What did I miss? I did a whole new fuel system, fuel tank. I had a fuel tank, but I went ahead and bought a new one, so everything was new. Blake Stone, another Blake. I appreciate you guys, you always watching and commenting. And he just asked me a question that a lot of you guys, if you're reading it too, you know what the question is. Did you ever find that washer? Most of you, some of you know what the washer is. Some of you don't know what the washer is. A video a long time back, I was, what was I even doing? Just replacing the oil pan gasket, I think. And I had the gasket on there with one of those blue one piece. It was pretty cool. They're pretty nice, but it kind of was like bowed in or something. And I was having a hard time getting it lined up. And I had already started putting the nuts and the hardware in the oil pan. Of course, it was on my engine stand upside down. I sat all the nuts and bolts and washers on top of the oil pan as I was going. And I had a few in, and then I had to kind of adjust it. I couldn't get it adjusted. So I decided to take the 3 or 4 I had finger tight out. And then I had spaced out the fact that I laid all those bolts and washers on top of the oil pan, and I moved it. And as I moved it, I think it was just all washers. All of a sudden I heard this whoosh, and they all fell to the ground. I don't remember the exact numbers, but was there 12 of them? I don't know. However many there was, I found one fewer. And I did find one inside the engine. So I spent a lot of time spinning it over, physically spinning the crank, but turn the engine upside down. And I took the intake off so I could look in all the top little pieces. And I could not find it in there anywhere. And I guess the smart thing to do would have been to pull it apart. But I'm lazy and I didn't want to do that. So I decided to take a chance. And so no, the answer is I never did find that washer. I thought maybe it had rolled over in the corner and I had a bunch of stuff that I tried to kind of halfway move. And I have since then moved everything, and it has never turned up. So it's either in there, or I'm hoping maybe I didn't ever count them. There were supposed to be, there were supposed to be 12. There was 12 holes or whatever, however many there was. And maybe I was just short one. So what I have done in a video that I don't think I ever put it in the video before, when I just had the engine on the frame, I put oil in the engine and I used the oil pump primer and I primed up, I got oil pressure in it. And then I put the starter on and I spun it over and I spun the engine over. And then I drained all the oil thinking maybe that would, dislodge it. But I couldn't really get anything up in the oil pan to see if it was there. I thought maybe I could stick a little magnet in there, but I didn't, and I never did find it. If you watched I think we were talking about this, if you watched the Instagram video, I have started this thing, and it has ran for a few minutes, and it's open headers. So if there's anything making noise besides the open headers, I don't really hear it. But I think, I decided that hopefully I'm good. So we're going with that. So thanks for the question, Blake, bringing up bad memories. No, that's definitely in the back of my head that I'm wondering, are we going to have any trouble with that? Dwayne, I'll make sure you'll look for both names. I probably have it, we probably talked on Messenger, I'm guessing, or the Instagram thing. I don't know. I got it somewhere probably. 57 talk, not sure what you're doing there, but that means Josh. I wish it had rolled under the toolbox, Josh, but I've moved everything and it did not. Dwayne said he'd buy a hat or 3 or 12 or something. So I appreciate that. And I want to do it. I just got to get around to it, I guess. Hopefully I do find it, Frankenstein. Marshmallow says hit the like button. That's never a bad idea. Dave said it sounds great. Yeah, I think he's referring to the little video where I had it running. Magnet on the bottom of the oil pan for insurance might not be a bad idea, Bad Bird. Yeah, Blake, I figured if it was in there, I could see all the rotating, all the rods and everything. It wasn't sandwiched between anything. I spun it all over by hand several times. I guess the thing I didn't do, somebody brought to my attention after it was all done, is I didn't take the timing cover back off, and it could have there's like a little way it could have slipped into there and I would never been able to see it. So anyways, I did, Tony, put a magnetic drain plan in your pan. I did do that when I did the whole prime the oil pump and spin it over with the starter and stuff. That's one of the things I did, is put a magnetic oil plug in there. And so far it's not stuck on there. Of course, I put oil in it again because I have it running and I haven't pulled the plug. But maybe I should, before I run it more, just pull the plug real quick without losing all my oil to make sure it's not on there. Marshmaz, however you say that, says, how come Chevy guys use Ford rear ends and transmissions like my Elky with Ford top loader? Because they're stronger, I guess. I don't know. But funny you say that, because my 55 here has a BorgWarner 210, but the 57 delivery, if you've been around long enough to see any videos about that, it has a Ford 9-inch and a Ford top loader. That's why my uncle built it, and he believed those were stronger, better, whatever. That's what he had. But he told me they were better. So he used to make fun of me and my little, this is a big block, obviously, and mine's a little small block. So he used to make fun of me and saying he would use, my motor was just good enough to, he could use it for a starter motor for his motor and stuff like that. Terry Bledsoe, did you get the news? You're the big winner, friend. So we'll touch base on that for playing the trivia and answering the questions. These people here help me pick a winner, and that winner is you. So thanks for watching and playing. Hope you can buy something cool. $100 isn't a lot, but it's better than nothing, right? Because they ran out. That's why we use them. I don't know. All right. What else did I miss? Man, we're up to 60. I appreciate all you guys stopping by and hanging out. This is actually kind of fun. Marshmaz says, where's the 57? Are you talking about the DDSS'57 or the 57 sedan delivery? The DDSS'57 is on the other side of that wall. And I'm hesitant to move the computer around too much because my Wi-Fi is not great out here. But the 57 delivery is basically just a glorified park shelf right now. And I at least got it covered up to try to keep some of the sanding, dust, and whatnot off of it. But that's the one that has the Ford 9-inch and the Ford top loader. You are welcome, Terry. Steven says he enjoys time on camera. Appreciate. Hey, man, I appreciate you watching. None of this stuff would be any fun at all if you guys didn't watch and comment and everything. Hey, Don, thanks for stopping by. So before we drag this on forever, Swampy, say uncle. That's right. I'm assuming what Swampy is referring to is that's what the license plate on the 57 says. They say uncle, because this car, I think I mentioned, was my uncle's car. He's no longer with us, and I used to help him work on it. He used to help me with my junk, and he left it to me when he was no longer around. So I'm supposed to finish it for him someday, but I think he's happy because at least I'm driving it once in a while and having fun with it, and it'll never go anywhere else but right here in the Montana garage until I'm not around. So we got that going for us. 56 Tri-5s are top heavy. Well, I got a 55 and a 57, but I can't imagine a 56 is any top heavier than the rest of them. All right, so let's talk about, I don't know if any of you guys, I know the DDSS'57, most of you guys probably know I won that car from that little tiny YouTube channel called DD Speed Shop. Now, obviously a huge channel. They were a little smaller when he did a giveaway. I think he was trying to get to 57,000 subscribers, and he had this 57 Chevy that he gave away. Most of you guys know the story. So I was lucky enough to win it just by some sort of random Google thing or something. I don't know how he did it. I don't remember. So I think I've had it almost 2 years now. The first summer, I didn't really get to do anything with it because the FiTech was messed up, and I spent all summer. I had these big dreams of doing all this stuff to it and sharing it. Like my dad was going to, let my dad drive it, and my buddy down in Billings was going to drive it for a while. And, I was going to try to share it and let people enjoy it. And I couldn't get it reliable enough to even for me to drive to the dang grocery store, let alone let somebody else drive it or share it or let them have possession of it for a while. But it's a 4-door Bel Air. It's a nice car. I'm sure you guys most of you have seen it either in videos or on DD Speed Shop's channel or something. And I've always kind of like the 55 here, like, what am I going to do? Am I going to paint this color, that color? I've been trying to decide what to do with that thing. And I did drive it quite a bit last summer, and I enjoyed that. And I plan on driving it some more this summer, but I haven't got it out of really storage. Not really storage, just sitting in the backyard. And as somebody pointed out, Josh, I think I already stole the radiator out of it. But I do have a radiator to put back in it, just a stock one that somebody else gave me. So I just took the new one for my car. But Josh, Pirates Grove 2-door converted, that is what I wanted to do. That's probably not what I'm going to do. Things change. That's not what I've decided. That's what I wanted. That was my biggest plan. I'm not a big 4-door guy. I know a lot of people like them. More people, more, you can carry more people, more groceries, more doors for, what the deal is. To me, I just don't like the look of them. And so I wanted to 2-door it. So I spent a lot of time trying to find doors. And there's a lot of people out there that have doors, but I could not find anything local or with, semi-local 4 or 5 hour drive. Everything was in freaking Oklahoma or Arizona or out on the coast. And nobody wants to ship them. And you can't afford to buy brand new ones because then it's worth more than the whole car. So that's kind of what I've been holding off and wanting to do. I wanted to get this car done and then 2-door it and then maybe give it to my son. Or I always kind of had the thought of maybe doing like a giveaway car, like DD didn't really give it to me. He did a giveaway and I won it. So I want to do something like that. But again, the channel hasn't really taken off enough to where, it costs money to do all that stuff. And if I just give the car away, again, I'm not trying to say I'm only doing this for money, but I don't want to lose a bunch of money and give away a car when I'm not really getting, you know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. So I guess what I've decided to do is it's kind of decided for me because I decided I got to finish this thing and my parts list got a little out of hand. So what I'm going to do with the DD Speed Shop car is I'm just going to sell it. And maybe that's not what some people want me to do with it, or that's not cool or whatever. But I want it fair and square. It's my car, and I need the money to pay for this car. So once I got this car going, I was probably never going to drive a 4-door 57 around. I'm just going to be honest with you. So I was either convert it or get rid of it because the 4-door, I know a lot of people like them, but again, they just don't do it for me. I don't like them. So I was happy to win it, and they're cool. It's still a 57 Chevy, but as the winner, as the plans were, I was going to make it into a 2-door. But plans change, and so I'm just gonna sell it, and I haven't listed it anywhere. It's kind of, honestly, to you guys, I'm pretty sure there's probably not somebody. If there's one of you 61 people that want to buy it, that's cool. You guys are the first ones to hear for sale. So I might make another video of like maybe doing the little wash with the SOS pads, try to bring a little shine to it, and I got to put a radiator back in it. So I'll make a couple more videos of it maybe, and let people know that it's for sale that aren't here. And so if anybody's interested, reach out to me. I will tell you, I'm not an expert on this stuff, and I don't really know what they're worth, but I've been watching for like the last year because I've been thinking about selling it. What comes for sale around here are just what I see on Facebook. I'm going on what I see on Facebook. So who knows? That stuff's not super awesome, right? I'm going to put it for sale for $12,500. So you guys can tell me if that's crazy, too high, too low. So that's what I'm going to start at, or best offer, obviously. So if you don't like that price, make me an offer that I can't refuse, or if I can refuse it, I will. But so that's where I'm at on that. I didn't want to sell it, but I got to pay for all the stuff. I went overboard on stuff I bought for this, the rear end, and that was really the only big purchase. But just, you guys have built the car, know every time you turn around, it's another $100. So there you go. That's the announcement for the DD Speed Shop 57. I'm going to try to get caught back up on this because I know people have been commenting while I've been talking about that. So yeah, if you want, let me know. I'd love to sell it to a viewer or somebody that knows the story about it, all that stuff. Kenneth, hello from Motor Seed. Thanks for stopping by, man. Dwayne says he likes the sedan deliveries. I like them too. Again, it's kind of like the 4-door thing. They're not necessarily my deal, but I really like this one. I guess just that, like the Pro Street look of it. Just a stock sedan delivery. They're cool, but I don't know that I would, pursue one. But the way this one looks, and I guess just because it's part of my life and my childhood growing up, and it's been as long as I can remember, this car and this 57 over here have been part of my life and my childhood growing up, and they were just always there. And now they're here, and that's awesome. So that's why I really like this sedan delivery. But just a regular sedan delivery, they're cool, and I've had a great deal on when I buy them. But I'd rather have probably just a 2-door sedan, which is why that's what I got. Yeah, so Kevin says that's what they're selling for here in Oklahoma, run now with a 6-cylinder for $12,500. And again, it's just like everything else I said on the internet. Some guy will tell you one thing, so you'll see some that are just a basket case and they want way more money than that, and you see others that look that nice or a little nicer and they want 8 or 9 for them. So trying to kind of average it out from what I've been seeing, and it's a running, driving car. Once I put the radiator back in, and I mean it needs work. It's got, you guys can watch the videos if you haven't seen all about it, but I'm not going to try to hide anything about it. It is what it is, and hopefully somebody will snatch it up. And if not, that's fine too, because then I will two-door it someday. Just kind of could use the money for some other stuff right now. With a carb and no FiTech, it might go for more. That depends on who buys it, I guess, Josh. Some people are totally against that FiTech thing. I actually, once I got it working, I really liked it. I mean, it's not like a performance engine or nothing, but it's kind of fun to be able to play with all those little adjustments on the screen and just make changes on the fly. And it has a little bog in it. And I'm not an expert, but I was doing a lot of research and reading up on it. You go in and you change the Excel pump, or I don't even remember what they were at this time, but it's kind of cool. I actually considered putting the FiTech on the 55. And I just, at some point, again, my decisions, I can't make decisions. At some point, I just decided that I was just going to go with carburetor on this one, just keep it a little simpler. And I can always swap to something like that if I ever want to down the road. Not that I really plan on it or do want to, but just I do plan on maybe someday making more power. So I don't know if that's big block with the supercharger or, blower, or maybe some sort of LS and turbos, and it's just all pipe dreams. So who knows if any of that'll ever happen. CDL late for the party, but I'm here. Better late than never, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Dwayne, there's no school like old school. So that's pretty much old school is what we're doing over here. I mean, nothing new or fancy on this thing. I kind of went with a little bit old school wheel look. And like I say, I stuck with the carburetor. I did rebuild the car. It's a Holley. I thought it was 650, but it's a 750 vacuum secondary. Probably wish it was a double pumper, but you read, I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert. I think maybe for the smaller amount of power I'm making to drive down the street a little bit, maybe it's better to have the vacuum secondaries. But that's what I bought for it years ago. It's been sitting forever. I did use that carburetor for a short time on the DD Speed Shop car because the FiTech was acting up. So I know it worked and I didn't really have any issues with it, but I did go through and put a whole new rebuild kit in it. So it's all fresh and new and ready to go on this car. Thanks for the comment, Marshman. Says it's a great channel. Oh man, Josh says if I don't sell it, he would personally drive up and deliver me a pair of doors from Texas. I think maybe at one point you did tell me you had some doors, but again, I think the whole Texas thing, I'm not real close to Texas. But yeah, we could meet in the middle or something. And I had kind of some other options like that with another guy from Arizona and stuff, but it just, yeah, I don't know, it just never panned out. And if I'm not going to give the car away. So if I don't sell it, then I'll keep it and do something like that with it. But Josh, I appreciate that offer, and I may take you up on it if you still have them and I decide I need them. Marshmaz, get a line lock. This car, I have a line lock on it, and I also it has MSD ignition and with a 2-step, and then I actually added, the MSD ignition I put in the 57 actually had a 2-step in it. This one, I thought I bought the same thing, but I got to start being a little better about my parts buy and reading the details. I thought it was the same one and it was a different one. So this one has a rev limiter, but not a 2-step. So then I had to buy a separate 2-step module or whatever to wire in. I don't have it wired in yet. So I have a line lock and a 2-step, and then I bought a clutch switch, and it's all going to be wired, if I'm smart enough to figure it out, to where you push the line lock and then push the clutch in, and then the clutch switch takes over. And the clutch switch holds the line lock and the 2-step at whatever RPM I set until I let go of the clutch, and it releases the 2-step and the line lock at the same time. So if I'm smart enough to make it work, I got some, wiring schematics online, and I put the little clutch switch on there. That was kind of cool. So I wanted to do that when I did the 57. It has a line lock and a 2-step also, but I didn't do the clutch switch. So you got to kind of let go of the button at the right time. So. All right, Josh is laughing at Swampy. What did Swampy say? I missed. Why do the snowflakes like the EVs? I don't know what the answer is, Swampy. Dwayne asked me if did putting the back seat through the window work out. So if you watch the video, I'm going to run a back seat in this car, but I also did the roll bar, and there was a couple, I can't remember what they're called now, D bars maybe, that come down off the main hoop into kind of the floor area of the rear seat. And if I put those in there, I'm not going to be able to get the rear seat in. And I didn't think about it when I was doing it. I thought for some reason I thought, could I pass it through the trunk? And it won't fit through there unless I cut the seat panel out of the way. But I never thought about the windows. So somebody said, put it through the rear window. If you can see here's the rear window for you guys that don't know 55 Chevys. This is down as far as it goes. So it'll fit through the opening, but I would have to take the glass out, which is not a big deal. I'm going to put new glass in it. But anyways, in the kind of the moment of deciding if I was going to do that or didn't want to do that, the D bars are not required by the NHRA. And if I'm going to use the back seat, maybe have people back there, it's less bars in the way. And now the seat just fits through there. So I've kind of decided, for now anyways, just to not put those additional bars in. So it is, this is a 6-point roll bar, has the main hoop. Bars right here going down into the trunk. You guys didn't see that. And then there's door bars that I did the swing out door bars on. So yeah, that's 1, 2, 6 point. I was going to do 8 with the D bars. That's what's in my delivery. But I just decided to leave them out. I can always put them back in or put them in if I decide I want to. It would also fit, Dwayne. So people have talked about different ways putting it through that window. It would probably also fit through the rear glass once that's out. But either way, I have to take the glass out, and I just decided to go against it. So Hubie even thinks maybe I'm a tad low. So to me, I think it's a fair price for what it is. If I'm a tad low, I'll take a hit on it, I guess. But I just didn't want to say like $30,000 and seem like people really thought I was a jerk or whatever. But I think it's a fair price for the right person. Some people might think it's too high, and some people just aren't interested or whatever. But I appreciate the advice, Hubie, 12 to 15. And it's not perfect car by any means or show car, but you guys have seen it. It's a runner driver. It's a fun car to drive. It drives really nice. So hopefully it'll be in the ballpark for somebody. Dual dash 60 El Camino passenger gets the tachometer. I'm going to just have the old school tack on the dash. I haven't got it on yet. I was going to buy a new tack with a shift light, but yeah, we talked about the parts bill getting kind of high. So I guess we're going with the old tack I already have, which is just an auto meter chrome, no shift light or nothing real fancy. If the window rolls down far enough, it could work. Well, like I said, right there, you can see right there, that's as far as it goes down, and that's not enough to get it through there. It will fit through I held the seat up there. It'll fit through the opening if the glass isn't there, but it won't fit with the glass like that. And that's as far, if you guys don't know, that's as far as they go down because there's a wheel tub and stuff right here. So that's just how they are. And to be perfectly honest with you, those windows are down right now, I think because I was painting the roll bar. And other than that, I don't know if I think one time when I first bought the car for my dad, I rolled the windows. I was like, what? The windows only go down this far? And that's all they went down. And I don't think they've ever been rolled down in the last 30 years. They were a little sticky. I got to put some lube in there for sure. Let's see. What am I missing out on? Dual dash. Weird tunnels for the heater. So I think you're talking about in the engine compartment. Yeah, that is for 57. They kind of have some weird underhood stuff for the heater. Speaking of the heater, for you guys that don't know, so the 55 is different. Who was that? Marshmaz that asked that. So there's nothing in the underhood area for the heater. Just the heater blower motor sticks out in the firewall. And then on the other side of that is the heater box. In the 55, they had 2 different heaters. They have a standard heater and a deluxe heater. The deluxe heater, has cables on the dash. There's like sliding selectors, kind of something you would, more modern. You could slide between, the temperature selection, I think, and then the heat and defrost. And then there's a standard heater. Mine just has that's the deluxe. Mine has the standard heater, and all it is a knob with like a progressive switch. So it's off or you turn it on, and it turns the blower up. It can go on, on a little bit more. And then there's a hand thing you switch under the dash for defrost or heat, just a little metal rod you push. And that's all this one is. That's how the standard heater is. But the standard heater and the deluxe heater have a different heater core. And my heater core was leaking back in the 90s or 2000 when I used to drive this thing. And so what I did is I didn't drive it in the winter that much, obviously. So I disconnected the heater hoses and I just joined them together and I bypassed the heater core. Well, now I started doing some research because I need a heater core, and they do not reproduce the standard heater core. There's some places outfit that'll make it custom for like $400. So I have a radiator shop here in town that's seeing if he can maybe fix mine. Otherwise, another option is to buy, like there's another one that's close, but the heater hose location is different, so you got to drill a new hole in your firewall. So I may just go without the heater. Obviously, it's middle of summer, I shouldn't need a heater, but they're nice to have, like if you get a cool morning and your window fogs up or something. So I wanted to have the heater operational when I go to race week, but we'll probably go with the old heater hoses cycled together and no heater. Thanks for stopping by, Blake. Sorry if I missed you already. Yeah, Harley Earl did do a lot of the cool stuff. Wingnut wants to know where I got the disc brake kit from. Working on a 56 Turtle Wagon. Love the content. Say hi to Moose. Hey, Moose. Wingnut says hi. I got my disc brake kit from CPP, and I don't know what or how or how I decided on the one I got. I know there were several options, and I bought the disc brakes and the tubular air arms. They're not really a kit, but I bought them all at the same time. I don't remember the part number or anything like that, but if you look at CPP, and I bought mine, I think, from CPP, but on eBay CPP. And this was somebody in the mob, Brian, maybe, I can't remember. Somebody in the mob told me if you're buying stuff from CPP, go to eBay and do it because then you don't pay shipping. And it was pretty much what it was. It was cheaper to buy it on eBay than directly from CPP. So think about that if you're ordering stuff for your Tri-5. Marshmaz says his car had a fire. I never had a fire in this, but I have a wiring video coming up, and I talk about having back when I was in high school, I was trying to paint the dash because the dash would look like crap. So I had the dash all tore apart, and I thought I had all the important wires taped up, but something shorted out somewhere as I was rolling into town. And by the time I got stopped and got out and disconnected the battery, there was like wire smoke just rolling out of the windows, and I burned down like 99% of the wiring harness. I didn't have any actual fire, thankfully, but I had to rewire it at that point. So if you take your dash apart and it's all metal like a 55 Chevy, maybe either don't drive the car at that point or do a better job than I did of taping things up or, getting stuff where they're not going to cause trouble. Hubie needs to find a deluxe heater. I may have a lead, Hubie, on a deluxe heater. The guy told me he had a box. I don't know. Maybe when you switch to vintage air, you probably don't use the heater control at all, because he told me that a guy told me he had a deluxe heater and that I could kind of have some pieces if I needed it, but mine's not deluxe, so I didn't want to do the whole thing. So I may have a lead for you on that unless I decide to swap it all out, but I probably won't. Can you use a 40 style heater? You can probably make anything work. That's hot rod, and you figure it out and make it work. But yeah, I don't know what a 40 style heater is. Look at that. Richard's trying to buy Hubie's heater. All right. So Hubie, you have the controller, need the box and fan. So that's what the guy I know told me he has, is the box and the fan. And he may have the controller too. But we'll get together separately, and I can give you the guy's contact information, or I'll check with that guy and see if it's for sale or if he was just offering it to me to try to help out or what. But I was calling him or talking to him because I was wiring my MSD box, which I put on my firewall, if you watch the videos, and I run the wire right through the firewall right there where the heater box is. And I didn't have I had the motor, but for some reason I lost well, let me show you. I'm coming back, I promise. So this guy goes under the dash. The blower motor sticks through here. Let's see, this side sticks out into the firewall, and then this goes under the dash, hooks onto the heater. And I couldn't find this piece. And I still can't find it because this piece actually I have a whole nother, I didn't have the heater box. I had this and a heater motor, and I didn't even know I had this. I was up in the rafters looking for stuff for my buddy Mike, who needed an ashtray, and I thought I had one. So I got some boxes up there, and I thought, man, they must be up there. So I crawled up there to look, and I didn't find the ashtray for Mike. Sorry, Mike, I know you were here in here earlier. But I did find this, and I was like, but I didn't have this when I was doing the wiring, and this goes under the dash, and I had to then there's a heater box like right here, and you have like this much space. And so I talked to my other buddy to get a measurement for me, so I knew where to sneak that wire through without hitting either one of them. And that's when he told me, he's like, oh, I got this whole thing. He took pictures of it with the tape measure and really helped me out so I could proceed and get that wiring done. And he just said I could hook you up with this if you want. So Hubie, I will check with him and see if that is a for sale type item, because I don't really want to switch to the Deluxe. I just need a new heater core. I'm not really going to drive this thing in the winter. I'm on it, to be honest with you. I mean, maybe and when it's cool, like say you need a little bit of heat to defrost the window and whatnot. But Montana winters are not going to be friendly for my little car. If you are tubbed, have line lock, boot it. I do have a line lock. I don't know what the boot it is, Marsh Maz. CBR Motorcycles, you come to Kearney Race. I plan on being in Kearney Raceway Park at the end of June. So that's where, so the schedule for race week switched because I think Great Bend got shut down. So if anybody's interested, obviously you can go to Rocky Mountain Race Week, their website. They'll tell you all about it. And there's tons of people. I will obviously be making YouTube videos along the way, but there's tons of other channels that do it. But I think we start and finish in Kearney. I think I called it Kearney. I think that's how it looks, but I think it's called Kearney, right? For you guys that are there. I know there's a few people that watch the channel that say they're going to meet me in Kearney. So I'm going to try to be there to meet you guys. Yeah, Hubie's going to be moving to Montana, so that's why he needs his heater. So he's going to drive his in the winter and needs a little more heat. I'm drive it when it's cool, but I can drive it on the snow. That's what the 4-door 57's for if I don't sell it. So yeah, CRB, hope to be there like the night of the 23rd to the 24th, I think, if I'm right, and then we come back like the 30th or whatever that is. Jeff, there's a guy up here. Hey, Mike, if you know anybody that has, I don't know if you were listening, if you know anybody that's got a standard heater core, that's what I need for mine. Yeah, Richard, that's what I was thinking. The working heater, just for, blow a little heat in there to take the chill off and mostly defrost the window. Not really from ice, but just, like you're saying, in the fall when it's cool and it kind of gets a little fog on it. Yeah, CRB. Yeah, hopefully it'd be cool if I'm sure there'll be a lot of people cruising around if there's some sort of organized cruise night you're talking about. But yeah, hopefully I can see you there. Hey, Craig, thanks for stopping by. We probably should get off here pretty soon, but we're still talking. So thanks for stopping in. I don't know if you heard the news there. So Craig is the mob boss. We did our trivia giveaway. I don't know if you've been playing along, Craig, but our buddy Terry Bledsoe was the big winner. So I don't know if Terry's still here. He was here for a little bit. Yeah, CRB, a lot of nice cars all over town. That's, like I said, that's one of the main reasons I want to do race week. I'm not going to try to win or be the fastest guy or whatever, but just to see and be a part of all those cool cars cruising from town to town and hanging out. And that's the part I'm looking forward to. Woodward Dream Cruise is another thing I wanted to do someday, Kenneth, over there in Detroit, I know. So that's something that I've been checking out. I think it's kind of one of those things that, like, maybe I'm wrong on this, but there's like Woodward and Tri-5 Nats and something else all like on the same weekend or something. Hey, Mike, thanks for looking into the heater core thing. Like I said, I got a guy, he thinks he might be able to fix mine, but he hasn't really got back to me for sure. Hey, Frankenstein, I don't know. Oh, God, what's his name? Is it Derek Burge? Derek? I think it's Derek. I don't know him personally. We chit chat on Instagram and stuff. We only live a couple blocks from each other. So I drive by and I see all the cool stuff he's working on. Seems like a pretty cool guy. He's always like, hey, stop by and say hi sometime. And I say the same thing. He cruised by here the other day and did kind of a, not really a burnout, but a loud, rev thing. And I've done that at his place, but we've never really linked up and talked to each other. But he's got some really cool stuff. He was doing a YouTube channel for a while. I don't know if he's still doing it. Craig, back to the 50s is on my list. I'm pretty sure this year it's the same as Rocky Mountain Race Week. June 23rd is when I'm heading out for race week, June 24th through the 1st of July. So let me know if I'm wrong, but I think that's when you guys are going to be having your fun at Back to the 50s. So hopefully, if I do this race week thing and it's a blast like everybody says it was, I'm probably going to continue to do it if I can afford it. But so hopefully one of these years they won't coincide, and I do want to go back to the 50s. It looks like a cool thing, but mostly to meet all you guys, all you mob guys. I know a lot of you guys go, and a lot of us have talked doing this stuff and on Facebook and whatnot, but I've never met any of you guys in real life. So yeah, CRB, David Bacon. I talk to David Bacon a lot. So he's one of the guys that says he's going to see me in Kearney. He's one of the Tri-5 mob guys. He's always willing to help a guy out whenever I talk to him quite a bit actually for questions and whatnot. Woodward and Tri-5 Nash are back-to-back weekends this year. They were on the same weekend a few years. So, yeah, I know a few years ago I was looking at it and I was like, well, shoot, they were both at the same time, but now they're back-to-back, so that's cool. I don't think if I do race week, I probably can't do anything else that far away. Do race week, cruise around here, and hopefully do some local drag racing. Jeff, where's the Meltdown? I've heard of the Meltdown drags. Is that out there where you are out in sunny Southern California? I'm surprised the Baconator's not here. He must be busy. I'm a little disappointed. David, I'm disappointed if you watch this later. I'm just kidding. He's always watches everything and comments, and just like the rest of you guys, awesome for helping a guy out. All right, well, what are we down? We got 47 people here. We got more questions. I'm kind of running out of stuff to bore you guys with. Any other things about the I'm trying to think if there's anything else about the car I haven't showed you or talked to you. I wanted to buy a fire extinguisher. I have a fire extinguisher sitting on the shelf because I was firing it up the other day, and I do need to buy one I'll probably hang one on the roll bar. That's what I have in the 57, so I'll just steal that one. But yes, I need to carry a fire extinguisher in this thing for sure. Seems like I was getting ready to tell you something else about the car, but my brain doesn't work like I've told you guys. So who knows where I was going? Where was I going? You can remind me if it was important. Bandimere is supposed to close. Yeah, I think this is the last year for Bandimere. So Rocky Mountain Race Week is going to Bandimere. So that'll be cool too to be able to be there. I've driven by it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can see it like from the freeway as you're driving by. So, but I've never been there. So it'd be cool to be part of that before it's all gone. Will we see more content on the 57 sedan delivery soon? I sure hope so. I love that car. I've just been buckled down. I mean, I need to be buckled down a lot more than I am. I always find some excuse to not be out here. But, with this deadline I artificially put on myself, and whether I make it or not, whatever. But so I've been focusing on the 55. I haven't even started, or the only thing I've done with the 57 delivery is every once in a while I got to go over there and measure something that I'm trying to figure out on here, or look at something to try to see how it's all going to work. So I do definitely after race week, when this is running, I can drive it a little bit. I'll start tinkering on the 57 and making some content. I know a lot of people like that car, and hopefully that'll help my views a little bit too. Craig, which one can't you wait to see launch, the 57 or the 55? Both of them for me. I've launched the 57 a little bit, but not really full on. The 57, the linkage, I don't even have linkages. It only goes to like 3/4 throttle, so I need to read the linkage on that thing. Meltdowns are Byron, Illinois. Oh, yeah, that is funny. If you're only 200 miles closer to Illinois from California, that's crazy. Because we're a long ways from California. Paul asks if I'm going to use the original wire and harness or use something like painless. Video coming up. I have a full auto meter, not auto meter, that's the gauges. American Auto Wire. Yep, American Auto Wire. Brand new dash harness, or full harness. So far, the dash harness is the only thing that's in. I have all the dash and the ignition, like I said, I can turn the key and start it up. But I don't have the tail lights and headlights wired because, well, there's no tail lights and headlights yet. So those things just aren't there. And the dash, I don't have the bezel in. Everything's rewired, and it's just now with the new harnesses, it's just plug and play. You put the bezel in place and then plug it in. And it's got all new bulbs, and I have hooked up the battery and started it up, and nothing burned down. So we're good to go. I think that's where I was going earlier. I was going to try to start the car up on the live, but I've been tinkering with the alternator, and there's a couple things I don't have. I got home late, and I didn't have a chance to kind of get it all ready. So go to Instagram, Montana Garage Instagram. You'll see a video of it running, and then probably, I don't know if it'll be the next video on YouTube because I don't know. I got to catch up on a few things, but it's run. I mean, I could go turn the key and it would run, but like I say, I got the alternator kind of hanging there. And anyways, it'll be coming soon. You'll hear it running soon. Where are we at here? Denver high times is more away than, yeah, hopefully it'll be a good time. Josh likes the stance and the fat tires. I mean, no other way to build a car for me, Josh. I mean, there is, but that's what my inspiration for this car was this 57 growing up, and, it's full on Pro Street with a narrowed, not just mini tub, but full on narrowed in the big meets. And so I kind of tried to emulate that a little bit, but I didn't go full Pro Street. Darren, what's the name of your local track? Is it quarter or eighth mile? So I live in Belgrade, Montana. If you go about an hour and a half-ish west, there's an eighth mile track called Lost Creek Raceway. And if you go an hour and a half east to Billings, there's Yellowstone Drag Strip, and that one's a quarter. So Lost Creek is 8th mile, and Yellowstone Drag Strip is a quarter. I've always been more interested in the quarter mile, and obviously for race week, it's all quarter mile racing, so I'll definitely do some quarter mile. But 8th mile is cool too. I've been going with my brother-in-law, does that a lot, and we go and watch him. And so I'm sure I'll go over there. I'll probably do that more just because my brother-in-law goes there like almost every weekend that they have races, so it'd be kind of part of seeing the family or whatever. Craig, are you still waiting? I mean, winter's probably finally over for you guys up there in Minnesota. They got the salt off the roads. Is that why you haven't dusted it off? I figured you'd be out cruising yours by now. Hubie, yeah, Lost Creek is in Anaconda. That is the nearest, but I'm kind of right in the middle between Anaconda and Billings. They're both about an hour and a half from me. So you'll be, I mean, I can't remember exactly where you're going to be, but I know you're going to be way up in like Thompson Falls or something, way up in the northwest corner. So you're still a ways. I know. Yeah, I don't know. My brother-in-law's from Kalispell. That's up kind of in that neck of the woods, and they go race in Lost Creek. That's the closest place for them. I think there's some sort of like drag strip or airport drags somewhere up there a couple times a year or something. I can't remember where. Craig's at home bar find. Yeah, I got my own barn finds, Josh. I haven't been deserted and abandoned for years. Frankenstein, I do plan on coming to Billings to drag. So I know this year I was just looking at something to have like a streetcar, some streetcar Fridays or something. So I don't know if there's like rules like you got to drive it there, but this is kind of like that's what I'm doing for Drag and Drive, right? You're going to drive it. So, try to do some of that kind of stuff. Yeah, Elk Grove, and hey, thanks for stopping by. I know you commented a little bit, and you're trying to build a car with your son, and that's awesome. And yeah, my family had a huge impact. This was my dad's car. That's my uncle's car. My grandfather was a diesel mechanic. My other uncle, Uncle Les, that he's still with us, and he doesn't get enough credit here. He was a big part of it too. He always had 55 and 57s, and I remember he had like a 56 Nomad that was built kind of like a gasser, and he was out. Took me with him one night when I was just a little kid. Like it seems like I remember standing up holding onto the roll bar, as he's driving down the road. So times are a little different now, but he got pulled over, and I think he got out of the ticket because he had some little kid with him. So yeah, Uncle Les, he lives in Wisconsin, so he's over near neck of the woods somewhere there, Craig. And now he has, he had a 57 Nomad recently. It's been a while now, but now he has, I think 69 and 09 matching convertible Camaros. So those are cool too. Hey, Jack, you O2 tuber, whatever your name is there, Jack. Thanks for stopping by late to the party, but I'm glad you came. Paul says you missed a couple of videos. What are the plans for the DD57? Obviously, we talked about it already. You must have missed it. It's just for sale. I don't really have time or money to keep going with it. I need to use some money to pay for this thing. So right now she is for sale, $12,500, first come, first serve. And you guys are going to be breaking my door down to get that thing. Probably not, but we'll see if somebody wants it. GTO judge hit the crowd reverse. Yeah, I've seen videos of stuff like that happen. CRB, Kearney is June 24th. Yep, I think Tech is the 23rd, so I'll probably be there the 23rd, stay the night or whatever, and then you race the 24th and head from there. I think now we head from there right to Bandimere. So we have the 24th in Kearney, then a drive day to Bandimere, race in Bandimere, and then drive to Pueblo. I think we stay in Pueblo 2 days now because of the Great Bend closure. So we do Pueblo, and then I think the next day they make you do a drive up through the mountains or something, and then race again in Pueblo, and then back to Kearney. So I got to drive like 13, 14 hours from here to get there, and then drive like 1,000 miles in a car that has 456 gears. And so we'll be going like 50 miles an hour at 3,000 RPM. So it'll be loud and hot. And I think it's going to be fun. So that's why I'm looking forward to it. And who knows if we'll even make it. Not only make it there, we'll make it there, but once we get there, who knows how far we'll make it with my virtually untested car. Hopefully we'll get to test it a little bit. Stay at the lodge in Middletown is cheaper. Thanks for the tip on that. So far, you know what? I'm just kind of going with the flow. I haven't made any hotel reservations. I think my son is the one that's going to go with me. It was kind of a toss-up. My dad wanted to go. And my son's like, he said he wanted to go, but I don't know if he really wanted to go, but he will go, that kind of deal. So my dad couldn't go. All of a sudden, he had a different commitment. So now Trey, my son's going to go with me. And we're just going to play by ear. We're going to bring camping stuff, sleep at I know some of the tracks you can sleep at, shower at the truck cart or the truck stops. And we may stay in a hotel a night or two, but we're just I'm not making any reservations. We'll end up where we end up each night. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Elk Grove. Is it Elk Grove flooring, like flooring? I do flooring myself. Maybe that's not it. But anyways, appreciate you stopping. Boy, time flies when you're having fun. I don't know if anybody else is having fun. We got 44 in here still. I'll keep chatting for a little if you want to, but I don't want to keep you guys here forever. Motels about 80 are expensive. Any motels are expensive anymore. That's why I was looking to just throw the cots in the trailer. So I think I started that story and never finished it too. So one thing that's kind of not going to be a holdup, but something I still got to figure out, even if they get the car running, is the whole, usually the guys have a trailer or something. Maybe I did talk about it, I guess. I don't know. But I got to switch tires. So if I didn't have to switch tires, I could probably have enough room with maybe the back seat out, and these have a big trunk. And I'm not bringing the whole world. I mean, some tools and I guess, like I said, camping stuff. But with having to carry the slicks, while I'm driving, I don't really have room to do that. So I got to figure out some sort of trailer, roof rack, hitch rack, some sort of situation like that between now and then. So that's, other than getting the car driving, which I kind of gave you guys a list, I don't have that much stuff left to do to make that happen. That's kind of where my hang up is, or what I'm worried about happening now. Rat Gas Garage in Ironhead at Riverdale Racehead, Toutle, Washington. I'll look into that, Jeff. Jeff, that's a ways for me probably. But yeah, I really like Chris's car. Another guy, Jeff, I know you know, is Gorney with Big Block Kings. Dan, I wasn't a gasser guy till recently, and I'm not building a gasser. That was the other thing. If I keep the 57, turn it into two-door, maybe a gasser. But I didn't like gassers, but they're growing on me. I really like Gorney's car, and I really like Chris at Ironhead Garage's car. Those things are both pretty cool. And they're not shiny. They're not fancy. They're, if you want to call it patina or different colors, or they're badass, though. Hey, Dwayne, thanks. I know, I go through Cheyenne. Well, I don't go to Denver a lot, but I go through Cheyenne to get there. And if we end up being broken in Denver and coming back that way or something, and I need something, I'll let you know. Appreciate the offer. Thank Dave also. And you guys are awesome. Yeah, I mean, like I say, we won't be going on that route, but sometimes I do. I would like to go to Denver. I don't know when they are this year, but with Bandimere closing, that'd be cool to go there for the NHRA. The big guy drag cars. Another Bowling Green Tri-5 Nats question. Someday, Scott, but probably not this year. If I make it to Rocky Mountain Race Week, I can't do another big week-long trip, probably Probably. I mean, maybe I'll be having so much fun with the car, I'll say, screw work and who needs money, and we'll go. But at this point, not planning on it. Darren, Power Tour. Yes, I would love to do Power Tour someday. Is that the same week as race week this week? I know it's pretty soon. So someday. I have a 69 Chevelle, and that's going to be kind of more of what I would like to do Power Tour in. And that's going to be, we talked earlier, old school is cool. The Chevelle is going to be a little more modern. It's supposed to be my wife's car. It's supposed to be. She's probably not watching. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to say that. I have to say it is my wife's car. But I'm going to go a little more modern on that, LS, air conditioning, make it something that we can actually drive and enjoy driving. And who knows, as long as this took, if it'll ever happen. But we're going to work on that next once we get this driving and tinkering with the 57. Yeah, Jeff, I talked to or I don't talk, but chat with Half Rods a lot too. He's helped me out on a lot of stuff. And he offered, I think he was thinking the Rocky Mountain Race Week. He's near Tulsa. I think last year it went near Tulsa. Anyways, he thought it did, and he offered me a place to stay and all that stuff. But this year it doesn't go by there. Excuse me. Look, I don't know if I'm boring you guys, but look what I did to Moose. Put him right to sleep. Moose, the people are here to see you. Much like everything else, he don't care. He does what he wants to do. He likes to be next to me though, that's for sure. All right, do another offer for help in the Denver area. So, man, you guys are awesome. Hey, Moose. Richard said, hey. Now he's mad at me because I woke him up. So, all right. So you guys probably aren't still here because we're losing. Well, we've still got 44. But Raymond, Anthony, and Dwayne already, I think I have your stuff. Anthony and Raymond, to make sure you email me, and you got stickers to get the stickers. And I'll get them sent out as soon as I can. And then you guys stay tuned. Hopefully, I'm struggling to get this done, and I need to get better about getting content out. I got a few videos that I just need to get ready. And then hopefully this weekend, I'll be starting it up more and making some video. If you follow me over on Instagram, just at Montana Garage, I think it is, nothing fancy. Or Facebook, I have a Montana Garage thing too, and I post more like daily kind of stuff there. It's easy to do that and then make like a video, So if you want to see, I know a lot of you guys, I recognize a lot of the names. I know a lot of you already follow me over there. But if you want more kind of up to date, like what's going on, and this weekend I'll have the car running and that sort of stuff, I'll probably post some things over there. Otherwise, I'll get another video out as soon as I can. We're getting short. Again, I didn't look at the countdown, but 29-ish days. Competition orange from Robert Nicholas, or Nicholas, yeah. If and when I paint it, orange is kind of at the top of the list. I assume that's what you're talking about. Take Moose on the drive. Yeah, I'll probably do that. If he really doesn't like car rides, I think he hasn't taken many, but he was like accidentally in the car when my wife went to work the other day or something. Like somebody left the door open and he got in there, and she said he was like all tensed out on the seat, like he did not like it. So maybe we can take him for a real good scare in the 55. Moose with the goggles. Yeah, we've done the goggle thing a few times. He doesn't like it, so I'm trying not to, I don't want to torture the poor fella. But we got some goggles. I actually got a little hard hat for him too, because he's out here in the shop welding and there's sparks flying. And it's funny, he doesn't like the loud noises, the grinders and the welding sparks. He just right up in there. I got to shoo him away so he doesn't get hurt. So I thought the goggles at least would make it look like I cared about his safety. But we'll try to slowly break him in on the goggles, because I think it looks kind of cool. And I know you guys get a kick out of it. But again, also I don't want to be, I don't want to make him do something he doesn't want to do. He's a man of his own mind, and if he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't want to do it. So we don't want to force him. Look, we're bothering him. He's trying to sleep. All right. Tony's got to head out. Yeah, Lonnie. Hey, Lonnie, I don't know if he said hi to you. Appreciate you stopping by. But I think we all need to head out. I've been on here. Geez, where's the counter? An hour and a half. I was going to do an hour tops because I don't want to keep you guys. But I had a great time, and I need to do, I'm going to promise, okay, I promise I'll do more of these lives. I don't know if that means anything to you guys, but we'll do it. I'm going to try to do, I don't know what kind of, if I make Rocky Mountain Race Week, what kind of service I'm going to have. And again, I'm going to try not to, probably not going to be in hotels a bunch of nights. But I'm going to try to do maybe some little short live updates on my phone, and maybe like a quick little short live, or not live, but just a daily little quick YouTube video like, hey, we made it, we're alive, we didn't crash, car broke down, didn't break down, that kind of stuff as we go through the week. And then of course I'll be making videos and have big, like, we'll do like a full-on race week, the movie or something at the end of it all. So again, I appreciate all you guys' support, everybody for stopping by. And 46 people, 71 likes, more than I could ever ask for. So appreciate it again, once again. Congratulations, Terry. We'll be in touch. I'll get you your $100 so you can buy something cool. Hopefully for your hot rod, you can buy whatever you want. Doesn't have to be for a hot rod, but we know you want to buy something for your hot rod. So with that, me and Moose, we're going to click out for tonight. Stay tuned for upcoming videos, and I'll try to do another live maybe right before race week to let you know where we're at. So good night, everybody. See you next time.